beat Final Fantasy V, which I'm almost done with that, like I
How does
said.
this work? Where do these pieces go?
Let's see. See, these are pretty easy to do. Because just like Final Fantasy, not Final Fantasy, just like Resident Evil 4, with that puzzle that's in that game, if you start off pushing the right one first, then you're golden. All you have to do is just move stuff. Like this one, I'm pretty sure all you have to do is just move this. No, I think I fucked that one up. Yeah, I fucked that one up. Where's the reset button? I gotta bring up this. I don't want to do that. This. Now that's gonna be on the. That's gonna. Okay, there we go. It's gone. Bring that one down first. Then you just move these around. So as long as you move the first one right first, you're golden.
Before our adoring fans at the theater.
Almost done with this chapter. Sweet. Yeah, I've almost beaten Final Fantasy V, so I'm pretty close on that one. I'll probably pick that one back up after I beat Final Fantasy 3. And then I have Final Fantasy 6 emulated as well. So once I'm done beating... this is boring. Don't be a dick, Carpenter.
My gosh, you're not an impresario, you're a killer! The mastermind of a criminal enterprise!
This world is not so either-or, Alice.
And I've done your bidding.
You did a few errands, got your hands dirty, big deal. The show distraculates the crowd, shame you'll miss it. You need to deal with these sailors. It's your time.
Time? Time? The time has come to talk of ships and vegetables and royalty and whether pigs have wings and so on.
Enough of that, Walrus. You start wailing about there being too much sand on the beach, I'll have your blubber for breakfast.
Shame on you, Carpenter. You made a promise.
I had no choice. One can't always do as one would like. I'd have thought you'd know that by now.
I don't know how she, like, he just shows up and knocks down the bridge and all that, and she's like, oh, I knew you were evil. It's like, what? He hasn't really done anything bad yet. First question should have been like, why did you do that? Like, I don't know any signs that show that he's just murdering people on purpose. Yeah, at least. I mean, that does happen eventually. What you want to do with this guy, you just want to stand here and wait. Then when that happens, and then you attack him. And you just keep repeating the process. And you just sit around and wait for him. Unless he summons his bombs. Then you gotta fight him again. But pretty much you just sit around and wait with this guy. These ones are a little different than the other ones, because sometimes they're just only summon bombs, and sometimes they'll do that underground attack stuff. Sometimes they'll only do that underground attack stuff, sometimes they'll do both. Just depends. You can just wait for him. He'll come eventually. Yeah, he's really super easy. Okay, there's a pig snout I can hear. It's behind one of these. Yep, there he is. So yeah, once I'm done being Final Fantasy V, I'll try being Final Fantasy 6, which I'm really excited about, because they have, I don't know if they have just Biggs and Wedge, or if Jesse's in there as well, but you know, one of those like reoccurring Final Fantasy characters that were in Final Fantasy 7 as well. Just like how Cid's a reoccurring Final Fantasy character in like almost every Final Fantasy game since like 3 on.
Pets are friends and our secret selves, Alice. Your rabbit too. I'm sure Dinah was a confidant. Always about, wasn't she?
You're trying to blame my cat for the fire, you fool! Maybe my cat did start the fire. My cat start the fire. Yeah, so I'm excited to play that game. That should be fun. 20. Somebody stop me! What is that? Oh, it's a sailor dude. I know there's another secret one around here. I don't know if it's over here yet, but so it wants me to go that way. What's over this way? yeah, so I'm excited to play Final Fantasy 6. Then I just have Final Fantasy 8. And I've beaten all the other Final Fantasies. So that would be pretty cool. I'm excited about that. I only have I only have 4 more Final Fantasies to beat, and then I've beaten all of them. I don't know if I'll play 12, 13 of them, but I don't really count them, so I'm just, you know, I'll at least beat in the first 11 Final Fantasies, and that's what matters to me. Because I do love Final Fantasy games. They're really cool. Okay, so that's that way. I don't think the grave is here yet. Teeth over there. Yeah, it must be in here. Is there something over here? No. I'm thinking of different places, so I'm trying to remember which one's which place. I'm pretty sure the last rad room is around here. I don't think I've missed it yet. I usually don't miss some in this chapter and the other chapter. Usually it's chapter 4 and 5 that give me a hard time. What up, cat? Let's make it happen. Hit 4 on accident. Ice snarks? Whenever there's another enemy and these pirate guys at the same time, it's really annoying. Because once the pirates go missing, you'll automatically target these guys even if you don't want to. So my advice is to kill these things first and try to avoid his bombs so that you can just focus on him. Okay, I think they're all else dead. So it's just skills. Yeah, I'm excited, not excited to play Final Fantasy 8. Neither.
Please, Alice, help me fulfill my pledge. I need my men. They may be hostile at first, but their true souls are trapped. You must release them.
Do they want to be at peace?
They do not know their own minds. What's true of the living is often true of the dead.
My roommates are out in the front room. They're making a lot of noise. But it shouldn't be enough to get through the wall and into my microphone, so it should be fine. I have no idea what makes them laugh so loud. What possibly could be that funny, but hey, well, you know. Anyways, so as most people know, I mean, I could be totally wrong about this because I know there's a bunch of diehard fans that absolutely love Final Fantasy VIII, but for the most part, I think Final Fantasy VIII is one of the least favorite Final Fantasies next to 2 and 12, which I personally liked Final Fantasy 2. I beat that game pretty easily, and I found it pretty fun. I do see what the big flaws are about the game, and it came out after Final Fantasy 1. So just like Legend of Zelda 1, when Legend of Zelda 2 came out, everyone's like, wow, this is completely different, and we don't really like this as much. Which, I mean, of course, at the time when it came out, they liked it, but when people are looking back at it, it's like, wow, this is crappy. This is not Final Fantasy. This is not Zelda. You know? And it's like, well, it was only the second one that came out, so technically, Zelda and Final Fantasy didn't have a set. This is what this game is yet. And so that's why people liked it a little more than they do now, which is understandable. But I mean, Final Fantasy VIII, the problem is, of course everyone knows, it has kind of a broken level up system to where everything levels up with you, so people have gone through insanely elaborate schemes in that game, which, I mean, I guess it's kind of fun in a way, but in a way kind of not fun, depending on which way you want to play the game, because I would just like to play through the game normally, but people have come up with such elaborate schemes and plots and stuff to get like absolutely the lowest XP as physically possible, to where they get to the end of the game and the character is only like level 5 or 8 or something. Which is pretty ridiculous to beat the final boss at like level 8. Like, I beat Sephiroth at like level 80. And to think of beating the final boss at level 8 is just like, it's crazy. Ah, fuck. You bastard. And so, kind of excited to play the game, kind of not. I've played it before in the past, back on the PS1. Yeah, I played it back when it was on PS1 on my PS2. God, this battle music's really fucking loud. And I got pretty far, I think. I don't really know because I never played the game before. And I don't use I usually don't use walkthroughs for Final Fantasy games except for Final Fantasy 7. That's like the only game I've ever used a walkthrough for.
Come back here. I'm a savior of a sort.
So I don't know how far I got. I feel like I got really far in the game. I got to the part where you like fight the two normal bosses that are kind of like the recurring bosses, kind of like the Turks in Final Fantasy 7. I think there's like either two guys or like a guy and a girl or something. I can't remember, to be honest. And like you fight them with like all women. The dude's like, oh, I can't hit a girl or something, and so he doesn't attack you for a while or something. I don't fucking remember. I forgot to like that part in the game, and then I had to give the game back to my friend because another friend wanted to borrow it or something. I don't know. Get your unicorn ass over here.
Grateful thanks for releasing me. I never dreamed.
You never dreamed that you'd be released, or you never dreamed while you were dead? Or dead, not dead, have moved on. I don't know what he's trying to say. So yeah.
That's it, the girl.
I feel like I got far in the game. What, sailors? But I don't know. And so now I bought the game recently on Steam when it went on sale. Yeah, those don't have anything in it anymore. I bought the game recently again when it went on sale on Steam. So I have it again, I just haven't played it yet, and I don't think I'd play that game blind if I was going to do a playthrough of it. I might beat it once, and then if I like the game and I find it playable, I might do a playthrough of it on YouTube. I think that'd be pretty fun. But I don't know. Still haven't decided with that. I should have used my umbrella. So yeah, I recommend killing these guys first. That is like a must. Well, it's not a must, but it makes this fight so much easier. Ow, you dick. Pepper you up, boy. All like stunned, and then he goes for another hit on me. He just sits here like, what is this pepper that's in my face? Okay, let's do this game again.
How can a soul be so ignorant? I'm an answered prayer.
Dude, she's an answered prayer, okay? You know, I think that bit of dialogue's a little weird at this point. Because, like, honestly, you know... Oh, actually, no, the game does know what order you're going to do it. So I think that's really weird. That's, like... She's talking like she's supposed to be... Well, I guess she knows that she's supposed to be harboring them in a way. Because the captain guy said, but I mean, she hasn't done this part before at the beginning. Like the first time she does it, like she hasn't done this before in a way. And so it's kind of weird for her to be like, hey, where you going? Don't you know I'm supposed to save you and stuff? Like, you've never chased after the soul before. You don't know that you're supposed to chase them down. You don't know how you're supposed to save them. You just know you're supposed to save them. So it's kind of weird that you have that piece of dialogue there. I mean, I guess the second and third time makes sense, but I still feel like it's kind of out of place. I don't know. I don't know if that's just me. That could easily just be me. But, you know, I just don't know. Ah, fuck.
Thanks for reuniting me with my ship.
I don't know why they bother having the... Oh, you can run like right before the thing goes and collect the other one. That's... You have to collect those really fast, otherwise you don't get the teeth. So yeah,
Hurry along, Alice.
I feel like some of the dialogue in this game is a little confusing. I know I can upgrade right now. At least that. I'm close to that, but I'm gonna... I know I already told you I was gonna wait, but I didn't think I'd get this much teeth before the end, because I'm like right at the end of the game, and I didn't think I'd have another 600. It is that one, right? The other one's closed. Back up, right? Okay. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That I can almost upgrade again. The dialogue thing still confuses me, but you know, I accept it. Because I love this game. And I would do